Good day, everyone. Ali Safi here, Safi Financial Network, October 30th, 2025. All right, I'm coming back after 2 weeks. I was in vacation. I was in Iran, beautiful country, lots of delicious food actually there. And I'm coming back to the office right now. So we have been actually in a very, very interesting time last 2 weeks. Let me just go to the chart. Here is S&P 500 weekly chart. We got into new all-time high last Friday. We had kind of like a sharp sell-off to the downside. One of the actually most bearish candle you've seen actually on the top of the chart. Whenever we see this one, usually that's going to be a big reversal to the downside. But today, market just poised back up nicely, starting the Monday. Very, very sharp move or bounce back up to the upside. However, I would say we need to see if S&P 500 take out a last week high, or I would say Thursday high, just because that is very, very important. That was in a high volume sell-off, crazy volume just happened, and weekly chart just turn to the bear side, especially at top of this channel. If you just zoom back here, so this is the channel starting 2018. Here's the top in 2021 too. And this is 2025. Obviously, we got kind of like a bullish momentum to the upside. We break above this after consolidating. And last week, we got kind of like a reversal to the downside. And whenever we had like a something like a sharp move to the downside, usually it's gonna snap back to the upside as well. So let's see if this price action is something like this. We got 1 week down and then 1 week up and then continue to the upside before the sell-off or something like this. So we got like a sharp sell-off to the downside. We had like a bounce back up, but still it's going down to the downside. So or something like this, which I believe that that could be the scenario. You're seeing some kind of like a consolidating, a choppy market forming another bull flag for a next rally in 2026. I would say it's going to be a multi-decade top, as I've said in my video. So still looking for this area, which is going to be 6,800 to 7,400 in a bigger picture. And we were kind of like getting close to this bottom of this area. And last week we got to the downside. Stochastic momentum index shows the reversal. RSI actually shows the reversal. And also look at the MACD. MACD already shows the divergence, but this divergence actually didn't react very well. MACD for almost 2 months shows the momentum is getting to the downside, and we are getting close to almost getting a sell signal. And sell signal in MACD in this area would be very, very strong sell signal because it can turn to the very, very bear side. It can go all the way down, but it doesn't mean that price is going to follow that one. Price can go all the way down to, let's say, 6,000, 6,100 for kind of like a 5 to 10% correction, and then getting back to the upside again for new all-time high in 2026. And that would be the scenario potentially for a market top, multi-decade top. So we'll see how it goes. Moving on to the daily chart. We got a pretty nice sharp sell-off. We just slicing through SMA 20, SMA 50, and also it goes below this important pivotal point. But look what happened today. Market exactly just jump back up or bounce back up above this, heading to SMA 20 and then rejecting. Even in future market, we are kind of like a challenging SMA 20 and rejecting this one. Usually this is kind of like a very nice classical QM pattern. When we have this left shoulder, we have a head, and the right shoulder just form after we taking out this pivotal point. So we are kind of like getting back to the upside, and potentially if it rolls over here, somewhere around here, that would be very nice, interesting QM pattern, and we can just expect market is going all the way down potentially to 6,300 for first, and even here 6,200 for a second target. Ultimately, I'm looking for the best case would be this area, but because of the stretch going all the way up, I'm not expecting market actually going all the way down here. But if that happens, it's not going to be surprising. It's going to be one of the best buying opportunity, to be honest, for the market. But right now, I'm kind of like leaning towards 6,100, 6,136 for the last kind of like a target, the downside target. So let's update our kind of like a target forecast. And that could happen like in months of probably just a beginning of the November, if that happens within the next 2 weeks. And that would be very, very sharp sell-off. So market based on the Friday price action tells us that it can just have a very, very sharp move to the downside in a less, I would say less than a week. And that would be very surprising for all investors, traders. Look at the candle. The candle was huge. It was very, very huge. And I've never seen like something like this in 2025. Yes, in 2025, we didn't see something like this at the top. Yes, in April, we saw this, but this is a capitulation phase. But when we see something at the top, this is very, very strong. I would say strong warning signal for the market. Anyway, so as I said before, if we take out this high, this means that this candle was just a flash crash and we shouldn't take it seriously. But if we can't take out the high of this candle and still kind of like a consolidating here, getting back to the downside, challenging this pivotal point, low pivotal point at around 6,500, then we should say that is the first kind of like a signal or warning, and all and we should wait for the second one, which is coming soon. So we will see. We should wait and see. I'm kind of like a bull still for the next 6 months or so, but at the same time, bearish for the short term, just as a corrective move and could be a great buying opportunity. All right, moving on to Nasdaq. Let me go to daily chart here. So Nasdaq was the same. However, Nasdaq price action actually hold up pretty nicely above this trend line here, hold up above this SMA 50. Pretty sharp sell-off today. We got pretty nice bounce back up, 3% to the upside. We recapture SMA 20, which is a bullish signal for Nasdaq. However, there are lots of stocks today. They had a marvelous move to the upside, but that was just a bounce because intraday session was not that bullish. And some of them actually intraday session was bearish because you see that the opening was higher than close. So that is kind of like a sketchy, I would say, bounce, just because everyone needs to be careful about that. But as long as we are still on my call, as long as we are above this 24,000, look at this line. So as long as we are above 24,000, we should give Nasdaq benefit of doubt for the bull side. But this area, if we challenge again another time, that would be very, very strong signal for Nasdaq because this means we are forming a right shoulder here on the QM pattern, and we can go all the way down to 20,000 to 21,000 down the road. So we will see how it goes. Again, stay tuned for that one. Wait for more information. Moving on to US 30, which is Dow. Dow actually is pretty nice. So we got this ending diagonal and this ending diagonal formed pretty nicely. You see that we just breaking above this, and uh, and obviously we are seeing the bounce today, like the entire market bounce back up. But again, we should just to see if market or Dow Jones can take out this October high. If we can take out this October high, this is not an ending diagonal. This pattern is failed. But as long as we are below this October high, we should see some kind of like a bounce and then getting back to the downside. And this downside can lead all the way down to 42 to 43,000 area. That would be kind of like the scenario that I'm looking at for a short term for a great buying opportunity. All in all, I should say if market goes down to the downside, that would be a great buying opportunity, not a selling or crash. But I know that it is overstretched, it is overbought, and anyone is looking for that one. So that's why market bounced back up pretty sharply today. Moving on to gold. Gold, new all-time high. Look at the daily chart, 41.46. Who would have thought? Who would have thought gold is having this a strong kind of like a bullish momentum to the upside? Even myself, actually, I was looking for a strong move to the upside. Remember, I told you about this consolidation. If you just look at my previous videos, like going all the way back to the beginning of this year or even first quarter of this year, I said this is a pretty good weekly consolidation. And whenever we see this in gold, especially when we are expecting Federal Reserve is going to bring the rates lower than this, we should see some kind of like a rally to the upside. But look at the move, look at the rally. The rally is outstanding. It's just going all the way up 41, 48 right now. It's not stoppable at all. So I don't know if gold is gonna go back down, but if you see some kind of like a crazy sell-off or sharp sell-off, I would say that's gonna be a good buying opportunity too. So stay tuned for that one. The same here for silver. Silver, as I said before, I said the target is 42 to 44 by year end. Look at this. 40, $52 per ounce, new all-time high for silver, and this is not stoppable at all. So it's just the stretching higher, and the momentum is pretty high. And I would say this is a parabolic. If you want to chase the price, chase, but this is not my recommendation at all. So this is crazy parabolic move, and it can go all the way down pretty sharply to 46, potentially $45 per ounce, which is going to be a decent correction. And that would be another buying opportunity if you ask me. Moving on to crude. Crude is having a hard time actually. Crude had a hard time like last week. It was going all the way down to the downside. But this is very interesting. When we have like a peace news or ceasefire in Gaza, thanks God, between Hamas and not Palestine, Hamas, Hamas and Israel. So you see that. Um, it's just getting back up today. So this tells me that potentially crude is telling us something. Yeah, last week we got a very sharp sell-off, like 4% or 5% to downside. As I said before, if we take out this $60, we should wait crude for 51 to 53. So still waiting for that one. If today is just a bounce, or we can just to see this is a capitulation sign and we can go back higher. But as I said before, this 65 to 66 is like a China wall. This is very, very strong resistance there. So we should wait to see how crude is acting. But obviously, I'm looking for right now 51 to 53 based on my previous analysis. As I said before, when we take out this 60, it can go all the way down. The reason that I'm just suspicious about this bounce is here, Bitcoin. So you see that crypto market cannot manage to new all-time high. Um, it took long. In October, we had pretty sharp move to the upside, new all-time high, but getting back down pretty sharply. Even market actually shows, crypto market shows kind of like a shakeout before Friday. And Friday's session was kind of like a capitulating to the downside. It just stay above this 107. But today, look at that. So today, crypto market is getting back to the downside. If you look at the Ethereum is the same. So we were almost pretty close to my target. So as I said before, we're gonna just have a bounce and then going down. This is my previous markups on the chart, and you see that we kind of like we were pretty close to 31 to 3200. But that was it. That was it for the crypto, and I'm still looking for some kind of like a still moving to the downside, as today is kind of like showing the bounce, and we kind of like seeing the momentum is losing to the upside. Moving on to the bond yield crashing to the downside today. And even after hours, like a future market open up with a negative one. Bond at the same time, it's just forming a pretty nice formation here. We had a nice top going down to 88 to 89, nice bottoming formation and getting back to the upside. I'm looking for 93 to 94. When bond market is going up along with the stock market, this means money slowly going to the bond market because they're afraid of something or they are kind of like a fearful right now. It's not all risk on. Some smart money is risk off. So we should just pay attention to this. And I believe that 103, 104 is coming down the road. First, we should look at a 93 to 94. Moving on to the Dixie. Dixie, after breaking this trend line, it just came back up, consolidating right now, still below 100. VIX after Friday's session spike up today. It's just going down. And today price action was kind of like showing that still VIX is not ready for a continuous move to the upside. But I would say that was a pretty nice warning though. So it's just that give us all the investors and traders. We can't just see VIX is going like even 50% in one session. and everyone needs to be ready for that one. The potential target for VIX is going to be 27.29 if the next move is coming. Apple today, after yesterday, I mean, like a Friday session, Apple goes up. But look at this. As I said before, intraday session was kind of like a negative for Apple. Look at Amazon. Amazon is the same. Intraday session was kind of like a positive, but not that huge positive. Still, Amazon is lagging. Meta is the same. We got a bullish rally after Friday session, but not that strong. Microsoft, intraday session was negative. It was not positive. I know stock closed positive because of the bounce, but closing is lower than opening today. Google, at the same time, it's just going higher. Google was pretty strong. There's nothing wrong with this chart. Google seems like this is a very nice bull flag here, and we should see some kind of like a move to the upside. There's nothing wrong with chart. So Google is kind of like we can put the Google on the side compared to the other one. Netflix, still choppy, consolidating. It doesn't go below this 11, 47, 46. So that's why the downside target still not triggered. So we will see for the Netflix. Tesla, very choppy. Friday session goes down, but today bounce actually was pretty good. Intraday session was positive. A semiconductor index, they had very nice positive momentum today after Friday's session. Wow, look at the Friday session candle. Again, Friday was very brutal. So SOX the same here. So we got all the way down, then today was bounce. And volatility is here, obviously. NVIDIA, it was showing a weakness. I know that we had a pretty nice bounce to middle of this white range bar, but look at the candle for today. It was not that strong like the other one. AMD was negative. It just barely positive closing today, but negative intraday session. So look at this. And Taiwan Semiconductor was pretty good. And Texas Instrument was not that bad. So still looking for Texas 160 to 164. Lam Research, we had a nice bounce to the upside, 137, 135. And moving on to the financials. Financials, they were kind of like a very sharp sell-off on Friday. Obviously, today we got bounce. The same as KBE going up. KRE, not a bad session. JP Morgan actually closed positive, even closed above Friday session close, which is fantastic. Goldman Sachs actually shows very good chart, and Bank of America shows the weakness here. Moving on to the gold miners closed new all-time high. So that's pretty nice for GDX. GDXJ is the same. AEM actually going to new all-time high today. New month heading new all-time high. And moving on to XLE, which is energy market. Energy market actually just triggered the buying signal, but fail actually going down today. Not today, like the last 2-3 weeks. And still, I would say as long as we are above this 84, we should just give it benefit of doubt. But this chart damaged a lot, so we should just be careful about the downside target, the upside target, just because it fails. But as I said before, as long as we are above 84, we should just give it benefit of doubt. Exxon, the same. We got a trigger, like a bullish trigger to the upside, especially above this, but this one doesn't continue. Failed and then going down, but forming a pretty nice consolidation here above 112. The Chevron as well. So Chevron just going all the way up to 160 to 161, but heading down as well today. We had a pretty nice bounce to the upside. So all in all, I should say charts are kind of like a tricky right now, just because they were always tough. There were never easy time for the charts, and especially when sentiments are going up and down so fast and furious. I would say interesting time is coming. I would say volatility just started, not finished. October is gonna be a crazy month, and I would say it has started late, but right now it has started, and everyone needs to be careful. All right, folks, I believe I covered everything. If you like this video, please smash the like button, subscribe to our channel. Have a good one. See you on the chart. Bye-bye.